For the students of WNL, VMI often seems like a mystery. They live just across the street, yet they have much different day-to-day lives. International students at VMI are a small percentage of the total, a community within VMI that we know even less about. We want to share with you who they are, what their lives are like, and how they fit into the VMI community at large. Two percent of students at VMI come from other countries, but by sitting down and talking to both international and American students, we see that there aren't as many differences or divides as you would expect. Christine Lee is a senior from Korea. She's spending her time here in Lexington trying to enjoy an American experience during the COVID pandemic.
Oh, I'm in the Korean Military Academy. Yeah, I'm a cadet there for 4 years, and if I graduate, I become a soldier, officer. Yeah, my dad was an Army officer, and my sister is right now an Air Force officer. Before coming here, I didn't know a lot about VMI, but there were some seniors who came here last year, and one of them was graduated the same high school with me, and he recommended me to come.
Stephen Hanley is a third-class cadet from Virginia.
So I wanted to follow in the footsteps of my grandfather, who's a great influence in my life, so I wanted to be a Marine. And I applied here in the Naval Academy. So the Naval Academy didn't work out, but something about being in Virginia, being a native Virginian was nice, so I was happy to go here.
Firstly, the Taiwan Cadets, Taiwan Military Academy has a contract with VMI for sending 4-year cadets here. So I think there are the most of them, and other international students like from Korea or China, like that, I think they are here just by themselves, not in that country's military academy.
Weiju Lee is a first-class student from the Taiwan Military Academy.
For reality is we owe the money to our government. If we choose to stay in here, we have to pay tons of money. So it's also a contract with our government, so we cannot break it. So I never thought about to still be in here. Last time we have the meeting with our superintendent, and he said he will think about it, and we will have more program with other countries. I think it will be more in the future.
It's not all military at Virginia Military Institute, as international cadets immerse themselves in the social and academic sides of the school.
Since my roommates are, they're Americans, but they're from other countries, so I usually hang out with them.
And I can choose to room with Taiwanese cadet, but I don't want. So I think I just balance and mix pretty well. I would say they are really friendly to me because the first 3 months I don't speak English. The first is kind of hard, but after that, it's a lot better to make friends. Yeah.
There's one international student, his name's Xiao, he's from Taiwan. He's in Marine Company with me, so we interact with him a lot. And there was some last year I remember interacting with, some of the upperclassmen. I don't particularly remember their names, but yeah, they're just any other cadet to us.
They come a lot to me, to be friends with them. They try to bring me to restaurants around here, bars like that.
The people here at VMI kind of want to give them the American experience, so they take them out to, the hot spots of Lexington or wherever they can go in a weekend. So they kind of want to have that lasting American effect on them. I can't speak to what their end is like, but from what I've experienced, what I've seen, especially in Marine Company, they're just another one of the boys, and if anything, they're more popular because people are curious of what it's like, in their different countries and things like that. And yeah, they fit in perfectly.
Students enjoy building friendships and relationships the most, despite arriving on campus from different cultures.
I got a lot of first-class buddies that are about to graduate. It's going to be a shame to see them go, but the things you learn from them and just the practical application of social skills and that sort.
International students have had to face the difficulties of learning about a completely different culture in a school that has a unique structure that is different from what they face at home. Additionally, COVID-19 added new challenges for travel.
It was hard for the first 2 months because we're not able to get out of the school because of COVID.
I would say I'm not part of history here. But when I learn it, I think, oh, it's cool to know. And some of them, like George Marshall or some, I'm proud of them. I'm glad they are my alumni, our alumni. So I was not really involved into it, but I appreciate that.
Well, I think it's mostly like different culture from Korea and America because it's more open here. So he told me that in Korea, when we get changed, we have 2 rooms in our room. So we go into our room which has bed, so no one can see us get changing from outside. But here we just have 1 room, and we should pull the shade down to get clothes. And since they're a little bit like they're too lazy to do that, they just get changed while people are passing by and they can see the inside.
Hardest thing is probably the language barrier and like having people to talk in their like native dialect too, because I can only imagine if I was in a foreign country and no one like spoke my language.
It would be better for officer in charge of the international or the officer generally to know a little bit about like different country, what country we have so far, and what their culture. And even we only have 1 or 2 in here, but I think it's important for them to know the different culture and different festival or something like that. So.
Recently, news coverage, complaints, and a federal lawsuit led Governor Ralph Northam to call for an independent investigation into alleged racist and sexist incidents at VMI. However, the cadets we interviewed say that they have not experienced anything described in the lawsuit or news stories. Our focus in this film is on international students, not domestic students of color, which may explain these responses.
While staying here, I've never felt any racism like that.
So all you hear is the bad stuff, and this picture gets painted of this evil place. The tension and the relations they kind of portray in the media is fabricated, absolutely fabricated.
It's not really true. Yeah, for us, international cadet, like I said, my room is my friend are all friendly, and I think those happen only for some cadet who not doing well, and who doesn't want to try to improve, so they receive more strict or serious training. I think that's the reason. So I think VMI is good. It's not deserved that, you know.
Students have different future plans depending on their country's customs.
When I go back to Korea, I have 1 more semester as a senior because Korea is a little bit different from USA. So it's my first semester as a senior. And when I'm done with my school here, I graduate, get commissioned, and I'm thinking of going to aviation as my branch. It's a good opportunity to come here, learn English, and see how US soldiers work, how they train, like that. So I just wanted to experience those things, and if I can, in a few years, I wanted to like work with the US Army in Korea.
For this program in Taiwan, we have obligation for 14 years in military when we finish the school here.
Now I was talking to my grandfather about options to join the military and be a Marine. He said you definitely want to be an officer, and so to do that you had to have a college degree. And like I said, between Naval Academy and here, it just seemed like a easy course of action to take to meet my dreams and goals.
VMI is a school that helps international students develop leadership. Students come to VMI for education, sports, and military success, and it is a school that opens many opportunities for a variety of students. Whether or not the institution will continue to grow the amount of international students is unknown. However, it appears that current students such as Christine and Weiju feel accepted and proud to be a VMI cadet.